At the family dinner that night she dropped the news between the salad and the salmon like it was charming serendipity. Isn't it funny? Same weekend, same hotel. We can share the guests, yours in the afternoon, mine in the evening. Everyone wins. Our parents laughed. Actually laughed. Mom reached over and squeezed her hand. So clever, darling. Logistically perfect. Dad nodded, already calculating travel points. Saves everyone a second trip. I sat perfectly still, fork suspended, watching candlelight dance across the rim of my untouched wineglass. My fiancé, Miles, glanced at me. His knee pressed gently against mine under the table, the only anchor in the room. "You're okay with this, Claire?" my sister asked, voice honey-soft, eyes bright with the certainty that I would fold. I traced the condensation on my glass until it pooled at the base. "Of course," I said. They relaxed. Conversation moved on to floral arches and signature cocktails. They mistook my calm for consent. They'd always mistaken stillness for surrender. What they didn't know, what no one in that room knew, was that the guest list in my planner had already been rewritten. Every mutual relative, every family friend, every colleague who'd ever received a holiday card from our parents. I'd sent personalized digital invites weeks earlier. Subject line: honored to celebrate with you. No mention of conflict. Just warmth. And every single one had RSVP'd yes. To me. The morning of the wedding I woke before dawn. The hotel suite was quiet except for the soft rustle of Miles adjusting his tie in the next room. I opened my planner one last time. 2 circles stared back, identical dates, identical venue. I drew a single line through hers and wrote one word beside it. Chosen. At 11 a.m., while Elise was still having her extensions pinned in the junior ballroom downstairs, my ceremony began on the rooftop atrium. The glass walls caught every ray of noon sun. Chairs filled steadily. Executives from my firm, Miles's engineering partners, our chosen friends, even distant cousins who'd quietly told my mother they had another commitment. No drama. No announcement. Just presence. Every seat taken. Every row full. Downstairs, Elise's hall echoed. Tables set for 200, occupied by perhaps 60. Relatives glancing at watches. Phones lighting up with notifications from my ceremony photos already circulating in group chats they'd been quietly added to. When Miles and I said "I do," the applause rolled across the rooftop like distant thunder, warm, full, earned. Later, during cocktail hour, I caught movement at the edge of the terrace. My parents stepping out of the elevator, faces arranged in practiced concern. Elise behind them in ivory satin, mascara already smudged. Nathan, her groom, trailing like he'd rather be anywhere else. They saw the crowd. Saw the executives clinking glasses. Saw Mr. Vance, Miles's father, CEO of the firm that handled half their investments, raising a toast to us. Mom's smile froze. Dad's jaw locked. Elise's bouquet trembled in her grip. Miles touched my elbow. "They are here." "I know." I walked over, slow, deliberate, heels clicking on stone. No anger. No triumph. Just clarity. "Congratulations," I said to Elise. My voice carried just far enough for the nearest tables to hear. "Beautiful dress." She stared. "How are all these people?" "They were invited," I answered simply. "To my wedding." Dad stepped forward. "Claire, this isn't necessary." I finished for him. "I agree." Neither was choosing my date, booking the same venue, and assuming I'd step aside. Mom's voice cracked. "We thought." "You thought I'd shrink," I said quietly. "Like always. But I'm done folding myself small so someone else can shine brighter." Elise's eyes filled. "You did this on purpose." "I chose my day," I corrected gently. "You chose yours." The guests chose where they wanted to be. Silence stretched between us, clean, absolute, final. Nathan cleared his throat. "We should go." Elise looked at me one last time, really looked, and something fractured behind her eyes. Not hatred. Recognition. They left without another word. The elevator doors closed on them like a full stop. Back at our table, Miles raised his glass. No toast. Just a quiet clink against mine. The rest of the evening unfolded in soft waves. Laughter that belonged here, conversations that didn't need to prove anything, music that felt like breathing room. When the last guest left and the staff began clearing chairs, I stood at the railing overlooking the city. Lights glittered below like scattered stars. Miles came up behind me, arms circling my waist. "They are gone," he said. "I know." I leaned into him. "I didn't want to hurt her." "You didn't," he murmured. "You just stopped letting her hurt you." The next morning the photos were everywhere. Professional shots of our kiss against the skyline, candid moments of real joy, the full atrium glowing gold. Elise's photos showed half-empty tables, forced smiles, a bride trying to pretend the room wasn't echoing. She never posted again. My parents sent one email, carefully worded, no apology, just "we hope you're happy." I didn't reply. I kept the house we'd dreamed of. Kept the porch swing Miles built the month before we married. Kept the life I'd built quietly while they looked past me. And every evening I sit outside with coffee, watching the city breathe, and feel the weight of my own presence. No longer folded. No longer hidden. Just here. Fully here. If you've ever been asked to dim your light so someone else could shine brighter, know this. You don't owe the world your dimmer switch. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do, for yourself and for them, is stop making yourself smaller. Because when you finally stand in your own light, the people who belong will stay. And the ones who never did will finally see what they missed.